Hello, thanks for joining me for another beer review then. Today we're going across to Ireland, County Galway, and this is their Galway Bay Brewery. Brewed at sea, milk stout, 4.5% ABV and 32 IBUs. It's actually been a beer that I've been wanting to try for quite a while. It was in one of my beer books like we all have, you know. It's like a few years ago I saw it, I thought, oh, that sounds interesting. But yeah, these guys have been around since 2009. An independently owned and operated brewery based in Galway on the west coast of Ireland. From classic styles to big barrel aged beers, we brew the full spectrum of beer with a passion for quality and innovation. So there you go. So this is a 330ml can then, and it's brewed with barley, water, hops, 9% lactose milk and yeast. So yeah, I think they call it buttermilk in the States, but anyway, let's crack on with it. It's got some like humpback whales or whatever it is there. Let's crack the beer. Well, it's got a nice glug on it as it's coming out, which is cool. Leave it like that for a minute. Well, it's really creamy in the glass. It's just over a 1 finger, lightly tan coloured head. That's settled down nice into the light. It's actually really dark, jet black actually. There's no for the ABV at least, there's must be a lot of roasted malt in this. So for you know, the low ABV 4%, as I've just said, no, not really any ruby hues at all. So interesting one. But yeah, looks great in the glass, I have to say. Lovely lacing as I tilt the beer. Looking good. Oh wow, okay, lots of roasty, toasty malt. Dark, there's a hint of dark fruit, maybe a little bit of. Well, there's a bit of kind of like smoked malt almost. Yeah, definitely a smoky edge. Maybe a touch of walnut. Leathery. It also reminds me of like beef jerky. It's got that kind of aroma, but there is almost like a darker fruit there somewhere. Maybe we'll get that on the taste. But yeah, it looks the part and it smells the part, so let's give it a try. Cheers. Quite smoky. Very creamy, very smooth. Usual kind of what you'd expect really for the style. It's like not crazy sweet, and the head on this now is absolutely like a mousse. It's not crazy sweet, but cool. Them malts, the roasty not say roasty, it's more of a toasty, light toasted malt. There's a nice smokiness about it. To keep the camera. What fruit is that? It's not cherry. Let's have another taste. It's actually quite complex. It's got a lot of little aspects trying to barge into the party, like "Don't forget about me" sort of thing, and then you acknowledge that one, and then something else kind of creeps in. It's one of them sort of beers, leaving a nice lacing. Easy drinking beer, low medium body, as you'd expect. But it's got more of yeah, I'd say like a beef jerky kind of thing going on with this one. A little bit a little bit ashtray, if that makes sense, but not in a bad way. I think it just adds a little bit more of a dimension to the whole kind of experience. Milk chocolate, but it's not one of them obvious kind of milky chocolate things that hits me. For me, it's more about the malts in this beer. Very well rounded, very smooth, not crazy sweet, but yeah, for me the roasted malts are at the top of the pile with this, and everything else is like in its place underneath. Yeah, that's not bad at all. For me then, in terms of a rating for Brewed at Sea Milk Stout from the Galway Bay Brewery, I'm going to give this beer I'll give it a 7 out of 10, I think. I think that's fair, so a 3.5 on the Untapped scale. But yeah, very roasty, a little bit of that walnut kind of husk type thing going on there. Not crazy amounts of coffee for me. A little bit of chocolate. It's more about the malts. I mean, there is hints of coffee, but it's you know, it's underlying all of them other flavours I've already mentioned. So, but yeah, over to Untapped then. 18,173 total check-ins then. 328 in the last 30 days. It's had 14,826 total ratings, and it's coming in at 3.64. Pretty good score for almost 15,000 ratings of a beer, which is, it's almost a 7.5, but I'm giving this a straight 3.5. Really glad I got to try it. I would like to try it in bottles actually as well. Sometimes I do think stouts are kind of, there's something about a bottle with stouts at least. But yeah, finally got to try it, so that's really cool. So anyway, let me know if I've had this one before. As I've already said, Galway Bay Brewery, Brewed at Sea Milk Stout. It's pretty good. Lovely. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you're all keeping safe. Please subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you on the next review. Cheers.